Scarcasm Live presents Casual Conversation from the Digicast. Yeah. What up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Digicast Road Trip. I am your hostess, Sherry's Joy. I am totally and utterly not alone. I have my super awesome, sexy co-host with me.
DJ Awesome Rob.
Whoop, whoop.
Yup.
And we're here to talk about our first road trip, I guess. Is this our first road trip for 2019?
It would definitely be the first road trip of 2020.
See, I have 2020 in my mind for a reason. But I think I think this is the first road trip of 2019.
I think you're right.
Yeah. I mean, it's so we usually
the first destination, actual vacation style kind of trip thing.
Well, here's the thing though. This was our annual March getaway, right? Because we got married and we have our anniversary, and then
That's
do
like January.
Yeah, but then we do our weekend getaway usually during the week of March Madness.
True.
For some reason, this year is a little bit late.
No, it's not. March Madness hasn't started yet.
Right, but usually when we go away, it's during March Madness, and that's why we get all those awesome discounts.
Right.
Yeah, not this year.
No.
So it's late.
Like a regular price, everything.
Exactly. All right. So, anyways, this is our annual honeymoon, I guess, getaway. And as always, where do we normally go?
We go to Virginia. We go to Busch Gardens.
Heck yeah!
I don't know if we call it our anniversary thing, but I guess until we actually go away somewhere in January, I feel like this is it. Because when we honeymooned this weekend, right? When the year we got married, and we had our massages and everything, and it was great. So, anyways, I don't know. Maybe that's on an episode somewhere where we talked about our
I feel like we could probably just chalk it up to our annual getaway.
Yeah, we need to get away, and by March it's already too late, so we just go.
And every couple, I feel like every couple should have their annual escape, because this one is wonderful. Like, this one is great. It really means a lot to me. And I look forward to it every year. So, yeah, and we see the same people. We see the same bartenders.
We go to the same place.
Yeah, and that's what we do, because we're awesome. Anyways, so this year we went to Busch Gardens, of course.
Yes.
For Past Member Day, as we do every year. And we stay in Bad News, a.k.a. Newport News, Virginia.
Well, if you say Bad News first.
Okay, well, Newport News, a.k.a. Bad News, VA.
Or not say it.
2 up, 2 down, where I'm from.
I guess.
It's all good. We went there. And I love it there. I love going home. I love seeing, my best friend, Trisha, and everybody. So it's great. So this year we did that, and we went to Past Member Day. Mm-hmm. So we left on a Friday morning. Our travel...
Friday afternoon.
No.
Friday early
No,
afternoon.
we left the house at 10:30 a.m. so we could go get our glasses first.
We didn't leave Baltimore till after 12.
We didn't leave. We got on 95 at 12.
Yeah.
This trip we were totally on schedule. Mm-hmm. We were completely and utterly on schedule. We only got derailed after we dropped our 11-year-old off with her dad, and we were talking to her stepmom.
Oh, yeah. We were making great time.
We made awesome time.
And it wasn't her fault.
It's not her fault. It's no one's fault. It was just
probably a good thing.
We had a really good conversation with, our 11-year-old stepmother. It was awesome. and we were talking about everything. And you know me, I like to talk, so why not? Also, we were only like 45 minutes out from Busch Gardens, but an hour out from Newport News.
Yeah, no, once we did, was that after or before? No. Yeah, that was fine. We stopped for Dunkin' Donuts.
You had to stop. Oh, yeah, man. I forgot about the stops. No, hold on.
Wait. For those of us watching the video version, seeing these random pictures of Jameson and stuff on the wall, we had an early day.
Our vacation actually started on Thursday night.
Yeah.
Yes. Thursday night, we went out to eat, and we went to the mall.
What did we do? Oh, yeah, we went to Buffalo Wild Wings.
Right, we went to Buffalo Wild Wings. That was Wednesday. I don't know what we did.
Was that Wednesday?
Anyway, yeah, it was. So our vacation actually started on Friday morning at 4:30 a.m. Well, I got up at 4 o'clock.
Right. So
I was up at 4 a.m. We did bacon and beer with the
local morning rock radio show.
Shout out to 98 Rock JSS.
They start at 5:30. They say like 5 to 10 weekdays, Monday to Friday. So you have like a 5:30 start, and this was like the bacon and beer to kind of end all bacon and beers. So if you listen,
what?
Huh?
No.
Well, kind of.
To end all bacon and beers until what? Christmas?
No. I was just saying it's the one that kind of trumps everything because all the stuff was happening. Can't say trumps everything.
To end the fiscal year.
No, it was just the one that had a whole bunch of stuff going on.
Right. Yeah. So their producer, shout out to Mike Anderson. He has left the show because he was there for what, 12 years?
12 years.
12 years. He wasn't ending the show. He was interning. He was the producer. He was awesome for 12 years. And you know, and he's very, very young. And what happens? Talented. And what happens? Right? You start somewhere. You start somewhere, and then the bigger opportunity comes, and you got to take it. Like, you have no choice. Like, oh my God, this is, and that's what happened. So
if the people you work with don't see, the people you work with see that you're talented. And the upper management just doesn't care to like hire you on as a better paying or paid individual or whatever. And then you're like, all right, well, guess I'm going to go where the money is.
Well, also, he worked for a Baltimore radio station, and now he's going to go down to Miami. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No brainer. I'm going to Miami.
You'll go to Miami and get paid more. Okay.
Hell yeah! Let's go, Caliente. Ooh. Anyways.
I don't know if there's 5 guys in Miami. Are there 5 guys in Miami?
Probably.
Okay, he's a 5-guy person. I posted a picture of us going to 5 guys.
He eats 5 guys?
He loves 5 guys. That's his thing.
Why? He's like all buff.
No.
He's into health. Anyways,
no.
He's a bodybuilder.
He was a bodybuilder for the bit.
Oh, not anymore.
He got super buff for the show, and that was funny because he would get 5 guys all the time, and he was going to work out, and I'm going to work out to the max, and then he became a bodybuilder.
He doesn't do the wrestling thing no more?
Justin did the wrestling thing.
No. He did too. Anyway, so it doesn't matter. So we got up at 5 a.m.
We got up at 5.
We were up at 4 a.m. And we literally got out of the bed at 5 a.m. And did what we had to do to get ready. And we went, and thankfully this time, Bacon and Beer was 2 minutes up the road. Because usually it's in the city, which is, 15 minutes. But this time it was 2 minutes up the road. Seriously, it was a local place that we favored and loved.
New venue.
Called the Harp, and that closed down, and Looney's Irish Pub took over.
Same situation. The Harp was good. And
the Harp was awesome. The Harp was awesome. They didn't
appreciate their people, and guess what? Got shut down. And then bought out by a better company.
They gave out too much popcorn. They had a free popcorn thing. Oh God, it was like the whole. It was a movie theater. It was so awesome. Anyway, so what I'm saying is that you get a free breakfast buffet.
Yeah, bacon and beer. There used to be bacon, free
beer isn't free.
Now,
the beer used to be free.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well,
I think they have people getting drunk. Like
how many beers? How many beers did you have?
I had one.
I had one. No, I had two.
You had two.
I had 2 Miller Lights. You had an IPA of some sort, and our bill was $15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was it.
So guess what? If you go to Oriole Park or if you go to Busch Gardens, one beer costs $10.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The value. Well, no, they had cheap. It was cheap. It was discount beer.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Instead of free, it was just like hella discounted.
Yeah.
And it was good. It was really good. It was rough drinking a beer at 6:00 in the morning.
Yeah.
But I was like so uptight because I was out of my realm. I was out of my element. Mm-hmm. It was 6 a.m.
There's a picture right here for everybody watching the video.
It was 6 a.m.
Got to meet new people.
It was rough. It was so rough. 6 a.m. It was just rough to like get up and be fully awake and showered and shampooed and functional at 6:00 in the morning. That was rough. So I was very much uptight. I was like, oh, I'm so uptight right now. I need a beer. So I got a Miller Lite that apparently only cost $3. And I was still uptight. I was like, oh my God, I'm so uptight. But then when it was time to like for our table or whatever to get our food, there was bacon galore. You could get all the bacon you wanted.
They were like,
all of the bacon you wanted. Hence, bacon and beer.
Right, they had 3 trays of bacon. Here's one of eggs. They had a lot of sausage.
The eggs were actually.
The eggs weren't bad.
Actually,
you
the
like
eggs.
Them?
The eggs. Yeah, because you like wet ones. The eggs were not wet. They were but of course, like they were buffet styled eggs. Buffet styled eggs are wet
in a tray.
because they're powdered eggs.
Mm-hmm.
These eggs were not wet whatsoever. They were dry and they were crusted, scrambled, and I loved it. Right? That's my kind of egg. I want my egg dry with the edges crispy, burnt almost. That's how I like my eggs. And these eggs were good. I had half of a spoonful of eggs because I'm very leery about my eggs. But when I ate them, they were good. So I had half of a spoonful of eggs. I had 1 hash brown that was overcooked and crispy but delicious. And I had 1 silver dollar pancake. And I had 5 pieces of bacon. Mm-hmm. I was being modest. I had 5 pieces. I was being modest. Fat girl around people, I was a little like, ooh, I'm going to be modest. Also, I don't eat that much. So when I say I'm being modest, I was being accurate for what I eat. But guess what I did? I put Old Bay, because I don't eat syrup or anything like that. I put Old Bay on my pancake and on my eggs and on my bacon and on my hash brown. It was so good. It was so good.
You put Old Bay on all the things.
I put Old Bay on everything. And you know what? I never thought about Old Bay until I moved here. And when I eat ice cream,
what?
I put Old Bay on that. I don't even eat ice cream, but when I do, I put Old Bay on it.
Okay.
I put Old Bay in my beer sometimes.
Yeah. Like it's a natty bowl, you need to put Old Bay in it.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what you do.
It's like a Baltimore
tradition.
What's stature?
Tradition.
Staple. A Baltimore staple. Anyway, so that was that. After that, we left.
Right. So we left there. We got
packed.
out on the road.
We packed.
Yeah.
Well, we looked at cruises first, and then we packed.
This is like a whole rundown of everything we did. Can we get to the past member day part?
Yeah, well, let's do it. You wanted to talk about bacon and beer.
I just thought that
I thought we were going.
We were.
through the motions.
The part was that it was 5 a.m. when we got up. We were up at 4.
Mm-hmm.
And then we tried to drive down to Busch Gardens, 4 hours away. 2 hours in, I was like, I can't. I don't know where the lanes are in the road anymore. We need to pull over.
You said you were hypnotized.
Yeah, I was getting hypnotized by the road real quick. It was not good. Usually that doesn't affect me, but if I'm tired, then yeah, it gets me. So I was like, we should probably pull over. And we went to Dunkin' Donuts, and I got up. I got some donuts. I got some coffee.
Where you got donuts?
Well, somebody got donuts.
JJ got donut.
Well, I got some coffee. I got to
We both got coffee.
I got to go to the bathroom. Got to move around a little bit.
Yeah, your bladder was crazy.
Yeah, it was not. I think it was because of the morning and
of getting up at 5 a.m. to get bacon and beer.
Right,
yeah,
so it's all out of whack. But yeah, so eventually we made it down there. We dropped off the kiddo, and then we went to the hotel. What did we do after that?
All right, so we got to our hotel. We checked in the Omni.
Did we?
Yes. So
no, the Cove.
Hold on. The hotel we stayed at used to be the Omni, which was a very, very upscale hotel that Boys to Men stayed at.
Like, what is the Omni?
A very, very upscale hotel.
Yeah, you call it that.
Boys to Men. Yes, because that's what we know it as. When I tell anyone who lives there or is from there, we're staying at the Omni, they're like, "Oh man." I'm like, calm down. They renovated it and it's now a Holiday Inn.
The Holiday Inn. It looks fancy.
Yes, because it was the Omni. The Omni.
It doesn't feel super fancy. It feels a little fancy.
I just said Boys to Men used to stay there when they would come in concert. All the famous people, when they came down, Timberland, well, Timberland has the one because he's from. Anyway, so they would all stay at the Omni. Omni.
Was that the only thing back there at that time?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
It's like right next to the highway.
Right.
You gotta drive like a mile and a half to get to it.
Yeah, pretty much. So anyway, they've renovated that into a Holiday Inn, and it's the stuff. It's not a Holiday Inn Express. It's an actual main Holiday Inn.
Yeah, it's nice.
So it's very nice, and we've stayed there 5 times now. That's the place that we always stay at because we love it. I love it. They have a restaurant with a bar.
Yep.
And
cool bartenders.
Sometimes they have really nice rooms.
Well,
What's that
track record with the bartenders though?
I
think it's like 50,
we stayed there 5 times. It's 4-1. Well, actually, no. We have to say 3-1 because when we stayed there in December, we didn't go to the bar because we had our oldest. We had the oldest child, and we didn't go down there.
All right, so go Monday to Friday. Go see Johnny Boy down there.
Oh man,
Johnny's awesome. So this picture right here with the olives,
So
we don't need the whole.
Just like Mom, you tell the people because if I tell the people, it's gonna take forever.
So Johnny said, or no.
So this is Friday night. This is Friday night. We got there. We checked into the hotel. We freshened up and everything like that. It was like 6:00. And we wanted food, so we went out to dinner. We went out to eat, and we went
got some
to.
Girl Scout cookies.
Yes, I go get Girl Scout cookies every March down there because
somehow they're always there.
Because in Maryland, I'm a Girl Scout troop leader, but in Maryland we sell Girl Scout cookies in November, and then in March when we go down to Virginia, they sell in Girl Scout cookies and they sell different cookies. So I always get the ones that I can't get here because I like them. Also, I bring them back to my troop, okay? Full disclosure on that. But however, so we freshened up, we were hungry, we went to the city center, which was only like a mile away, and we walked around, had some fun, and we went to the bar that we always go to where we see Ryan, which was called something Cove. The Cove. The Cove, Newport News City Center. Shout out to Ryan. We saw
awesome. Kimberly's cool.
Yeah, and apparently they're like, "Oh, we recognize you. We remember you." Do you really though?
We recognize Ryan.
We recognize Ryan. Oh, okay. And I always get like Long Island iced teas. And I like.
Always getting some drink.
I always get Long Island iced teas. I am all about the Long Island iced tea. Less sweet, more Coke. Okay? So sometimes it's hit or miss.
You
Sometimes.
need to find a different drink.
That's my drink.
No, you need to find a different drink that's like the drink you want. Like,
What are you talking
is
about?
Long Island iced tea that's not sweet but more sour?
No, I don't want sour.
Maybe it's a different drink.
Yeah, the martini that I get from the bar at the hotel.
Well, that's just an olive, a super.
That's
olive
like
martini.
a salty drink. That's just a salty drink.
I want some olive.
All right, well,
juice
you tell the
and
story
gin.
because you're cutting me off. So you tell it.
Okay.
You tell the people.
All right, so we did all that. We went to, where did we eat?
There.
Oh yeah, we ate at the Cove.
We were gonna go
Oh,
to Quaker
man.
Steak and Lube,
No.
but I didn't want to go all the way back
Yeah.
up Jefferson Avenue.
We had some banging quesadillas and awesome spinach dip. Yeah, it was great. And then, so after she got her drinks and I got my drinks and we were like, okay, I still got to drive, so I can't really drink. So we went back to the hotel because the hotel has a bar. I had to drive half a mile with a navigator that didn't know where they were going. And I didn't know where I was going. And it was dark. Yeah, so I was like, all right, I'm going to chill. I'm going to get like one beer and then you get your drinks and then we're going to go. And so we went back to the hotel, went back to the Omni and went to the hotel bar. Hotel bar, Johnny was awesome. Johnny's like, I think, so she wanted me to get my martini because that's like my go-to because it looks cool, it tastes weird, and it's just fun. Like you have a conversation about a martini, and she doesn't like gin, loves olives, so we get to talking to Johnny, and Johnny's like, my mom used to have martinis with
kept talking about his
all
mom.
the olives. Yes, and his mom kept coming up in the conversation. It was cool. It was only a little weird. It was fine. And he was all about getting the maximum olives in her drink. So he put a whole bunch of olives in the martini. I think he made her a vodka-tini. So I was like, I'll take a regular martini. She's not going to want the gin. So I had I think by the end of it, I had the, what did I have? Like a crushed orange martini, something? Oh, yeah, martini with a twist, which was apparently crushed up orange with a bunch of pulp in it. I guess I'm used to a martini that's kind of clear. But it was cool. It tasted good. It wasn't like bitter like the olive one. I guess the olives are novelty, more form than function. And then round two, I get the same thing. She gets the same thing. Johnny boy is like, oh man, out of olives. Gonna get more olives. 5 minutes later, he comes back. A whole another vodka martini full of olives.
You ain't talking about Scott and my hug.
We already passed all that.
Oh, okay.
You missed your chance to talk about it.
Damn.
Alright, so then from
The
there,
day before.
hold on, from there we went back to the room and then we don't remember much of what happened after that. So let's backpedal a little bit. So the bacon and beer, we go to bacon and beer. Like, is this the picture of bacon beer? No, that's
with Johnny.
That's at the Cove. Yeah, that's at the Cove.
Or Ryan. That's what Ryan.
Yeah, that's at Ryan at the Cove.
We're on a first name basis with all of our
Right.
bartenders. I'm just saying
We're
because
prepping.
I ask.
We're prepping them to be so we can be VIPs. Yeah, those
Yeah.
are the olives. That's the
There's like 10.
yeah. So that's the Omni bar.
And probably why my blood pressure is high right now.
Oh, what's it called? It's called Whataburger. No, it's not
No,
Whataburger.
no,
It's just
no.
the burger.
Burger Theory. The
Burger
Burger Theory is at the
Yeah.
hotel.
Have I gotten a burger from
Did you
them?
say Whataburger? Yes,
Yeah.
you got the breakfast burger yesterday with Carolyn.
Huh?
We went last night.
No, we didn't.
Last night, not last
Last night
night.
we were
We
here.
went Saturday night, and we had Carolyn. Carolyn?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you got a breakfast burger with you asked for a runny egg. That egg was just cracked and put on your burger.
That's fine.
I asked for a buffalo chicken wrap with onions. So in the buffalo chicken wrap, it came with romaine lettuce, the crispy buffalo tenders, or the crispy chicken tenders with buffalo sauce, blue cheese, and tomatoes. I asked for onions.
We need to back it up, but
I got in my buffalo wrap. I got the crispy chicken. I got the wrap. I got the romaine lettuce. And I got the buffalo sauce. There were no tomatoes. There were no onions. And there was no blue cheese.
That was the first I've heard about this.
No, I told you about this.
You did? Oh, okay.
Yes, I did. And then wait, the people beside, we never talked about this. You were like, I kept laughing at everything that was happening. And you were like, I guess we're doing a show tonight. I was like, yeah. And we didn't get to do the show because we both passed out.
The people beside us on my left?
The people beside us, not the guy who ordered the green beer and the lady who he was with. No, after that.
No. That's, hold on. The part I wanted to back up.
No,
when Johnny gave her.
Johnny, we're not talking about Johnny.
We're talking about the liquid marijuana.
Carolyn. Yeah, no, liquid marijuana was Johnny.
Yeah.
But I'm not talking about that night.
Yeah.
I'm talking about, so the night that I ordered the buffalo chicken wrap and I asked for onions, right? And I got nothing that came with it except for the chicken, the romaine lettuce, and the buffalo sauce and the wrap. The lady beside me, she ordered a Cobb salad, right? Cobb salad. So what comes with Cobb salad? Cobb salad is blue cheese, egg, bacon, lettuce, of course, tomato.
We sat in the same spot, right?
Stop. She sat right beside me. It was me and then her. She ordered a Cobb salad. A Cobb salad. And I just told you what comes with Cobb salad. She ordered it without bacon. She was like, I don't want bacon. Okay. So this is after I had my fucked up wrap. Okay. So she ordered the Cobb salad, no bacon. She got it back and there was like all kinds of bacon on it. And she was like, oh no, I ordered it without bacon. And the guy she was with was like, what's wrong with bacon? All of a sudden you don't want bacon? She was like, I'm fasting. I'm fasting for Lent. No pork for 6 weeks. And he was like, what? She was like, yeah, no pork for 6 weeks. And he was like, And then the waitress, Carolyn, the bartender, was like, oh man. So she took it back to the back. 20 minutes later, she came back and the girl beside me was like, yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. Where the tomatoes at? And that's when I started busting my ass off laughing. I couldn't help it. I was like, oh my God, this is terrible. And Lewis, Awesome Rob here was like, we're going to do a show tonight. I was like, yeah, we are.
I vaguely remember that, but I don't.
I kept laughing. I really kept laughing. And my martini that she made me a martini. I asked for the same thing.
Right.
I asked for, oh man, are we backing up? Because we skipped.
What side was she on? Was she on the left side? Because I thought sat.
The Cobb salad?
Yeah.
She was literally right beside me. She was where the guy who ordered the green beer. Remember when we got up and I was like, I want to. No, that's left. No, that's left. This is my right. This is my left. She was over here. So you were to my right. Yeah.
I thought I sat on your.
You were sitting on my right. You always sit on my right.
No.
Okay, with Johnny, you were on my left.
Yeah.
That night, you were on my right.
Oh, okay. No, yeah. I thought I was on the left because I thought I was.
No, because I didn't want to sit next to the bald guy who looked like an industrial worker. From ladder 58.
Thought you didn't want to sit. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You sat next to the business guy.
I sat next to the business guy and his person.
And it's not white.
And they got up as soon as I sat down. I was like, is it because I'm black?
As soon as you said it was like,
I was like, is it because we're black? I don't know.
Like one tall, skinny drink, and then they were done.
He had a shamrock.
But yeah, it was the older black couple that was next to you, right?
Yeah, I'm not trying to put race into it, but yeah, that ordered the Cobb salad. Yes. Okay. So that happened, but when I first ordered, so hold on. So Johnny, the night before, I was like, I want a martini, a vodka martini with like extra olives. Man, he gave me like all of the olives. I ordered 2 of them janks. He gave me all of the olives both times. He gave me like 10 olives, and he just put them in the glass, and he poured the stuff over it. And he even showed us, we even got video of him showing us how to do it perfectly. And he was like, because my mom used to love these, blah, 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 blah. And then when he gave me it, he was like, just like mom used to like. Awesome Rob over here was like, oh, that's the thing. I was like, just like mom used to like, that's a little bit creepy. And Johnny heard me. He was like, yeah, I'm a mama's boy, it's fine. I was like, okay, cool. So I drank that. He drank his twist. And it was all good. We didn't have any food or anything.
Yeah, it was later that night.
Yeah, it was later because we had already ate with Ryan at the Cove. Okay. So then the next night...
Well, no, do you want to talk about the liquid marijuana? It don't matter, you know.
Yeah, we can talk about liquid marijuana. So the couple that night that was beside us that night, the Johnny night, they were really cool people. He had a whiskey. I called his ass out. I was like, that's a whiskey sour. He had a whiskey sour. Ugh. When I see a man order a whiskey sour, actually, I didn't hear him order it. I just know what it looks like. I'm like, he's a lightweight. So he had a whiskey sour, and she had some fruity little green drink, but it looked really good, and she was into it. And apparently, and then I heard Johnny say it was like a liquid marijuana. I was like, oh my gosh. I want that. I totally want that. So after my first martini with all of the olives in it, I was like, can I get a liquid marijuana like them? He was like, yeah. So he made me one, and I tasted it. I was like, this is pineapple juice but dyed green. He was like, pretty much. I was like, well, what are you doing? Like, so it was pineapple juice dyed green with a cherry on top and maybe a splash of rum. It was very sweet. I didn't like it. It was an insult to everything.
It was very sweet. I took a sip of it.
It was very sweet. It was no alcohol in it, like, at all.
It tasted like it had alcohol in it to me.
Sure, a splash of rum.
Maybe it was on the top. Maybe it was a floater.
It was a rum and pineapple juice. That's what it was. So yeah, and anyway, when I go out and I'm at a bar, I'm not 22 years. I'm not 22 years old. Okay, I want the hard shit.
That's not what you get at the bar.
What do you get at the bar?
The watered down shit.
No, I don't order the watered down shit.
That top
that's why I get wine.
Yeah.
That's not watered down, like, at all.
So then, Saturday, Friday.
That was Friday.
Yeah.
Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday morning we got up late.
No, we got up perfectly on time.
We got perfectly on time because we were like, what time is the park open?
10.
10. You sure?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same as the last 2 years.
Open? 10.
10 okay. For the last 5 years.
Do we have to do anything? No.
Let's get up. We got up at 8:30.
I don't think we got out until like 9:30.
Right. We got up at 8:30 and that happened, and then we got ready to go and everything like that, and yeah, it was like 9:30 when we got out. 9:30, which is fine because I know the back ways. I'm so awesome. It's great because I used to work there. I worked there for 5 years. Anyways, so it took us 15 minutes to get there through the back roads. 20?
I think it was like 20.
Maybe 20.
But we got there.
Like, we got there.
10 after 10. And we were way in the back.
No, we were not.
Hold on.
Compared to everyone else.
Hold on. We were way in the back. And then something happened. I saw a car come out the other way.
We were not way like in the back. We were right at the. we were right at the park entrance. Welcome cars, and we could totally see the cost of parking. That's where we were. We were not way in the back.
No, I'm saying we were like 10th in line. Something happened and they moved.
We were 10th in line, and they weren't letting anyone in.
We were at the second.
They weren't letting no one in, and they were putting cones out and removing cones.
Yeah, I don't know.
We were like, "What's going on?" It's like 10:10. Oh man. I was like, oh, it's the first week of the year. You gotta calm down. It's fine. It's opening season, but not really, because this is just past member day. This is pre-opening. And, of course, there's going to be technicalities. It's fine. He was like, I don't think they're open yet.
Yeah,
no, they're totally open. You stop.
10:30.
So, yeah.
Slowly.
20 to 25 minutes later, we parked. And when we parked, it was still, we walked in and we wanted to get our passes.
Hold up.
So we had the paper pass.
No. Before that. Preferred parking, high five. Yes. Preferred parking is great. You know what we did? We parked where the people in the 70s parked, and then they walked over a bridge, and they were right there by the beginning of the park.
Okay. So great. Preferred parking is you park on the edge of you park in the parking lot at the edge of the park where the buses park. And you don't have to worry about taking a tram in, because when you get there...
That's like fictional stuff, though. They made a bridge to a parking lot to force you to take a tram.
I've parked in preferred parking before, but only because we went there for dinner at like 9 o'clock and the park closed at 10. Oh, you're coming in at 9, everyone's gone. Here, park right here. Like, I mean, that's just... that's what you do when you live there. You're like, oh man, Busch Gardens is 20 minutes away. Let's go have dinner in Italy.
No, I'm just saying preferred parking is what the parking when the park opened used to be.
I don't see it as that.
Remember my story about in the late 90s when we went to Busch Gardens and they had opened that new parking lot and we stole the blue cones when they opened Apollo's.
When you were in college?
Yeah.
You weren't in college in the late 90s. You stopped.
Yeah, okay, in the early 2000s when I was
Thank you.
It was 2004, 2001. They had just opened that new parking lot, the new get in.
The Ireland one?
No, the new entrance.
Oh,
that was brand new.
That's when you went.
Yes, and they have blue cones everywhere, and I think we left.
You went. That's really.
Yeah, and the parking lot was brand new. Everything was new.
That entrance was new?
Cones, yeah. And we stole one of the cones. That's the blue cone that somebody has in their house.
That was like year 4 for me of working there. That was year 4.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So I worked at Busch Gardens from 1996 to 2002.
Yeah, I think it was 2000. I don't think it was 01 or 02. I think I want to say it was the summer of 2000. That we went.
So when I first worked there, Wild Izzy, that was open. That was for the Atlanta Olympics in '96. That was my first year. No, maybe that was my second year. '96. I worked there from '95. Yeah, that was my second year.
Apollo was still kind of new.
No, Apollo wasn't. Apollo wasn't.
Was built in '99. It was the 20th anniversary this year.
Right. So I didn't work there when Apollo was built. No, I worked there when Alpengeist was built.
96. That's what I want to say. I'm probably wrong.
I want to say like 95. I don't know. I worked there when Apollo was built. That was my second year. And Drakenfire was my first year. Mm-hmm. Drakenfire was built. That was my first year.
We watched that video. I didn't learn anything from it.
Oh, gosh. So, yeah. But Wild Izzy was the stuff, and then they changed it and called it Wild Mouse, and then they tore it down.
No, they took it to a different place.
The Hershey Park.
No,
Six Flags America.
I wish Six Flags America had that. They would have had a good roller coaster.
It was the Mardi Gras ride that we rode with Joyce.
I wish they would have brought Wild Izzy there because they would have a good.
The Mardi Gras ride is fine.
Lame.
JJ and I rode it. It was great.
Right,
no, it was
that's
fine. It was fine.
Okay.
Also, she was 7.
Yeah, but she can ride it now.
And poor Day Day wasn't there.
Yeah.
But anyways,
so we got in the park and we waited like 45 minutes to get our pass.
Well, we didn't have to. The lady kept saying, if you have a paper pass, you can use it that day only, this day only. Okay, well, we live in Baltimore, and the next time we're going down to Bush is going to be on Father's Day. We wanted, like, our ticket. So, and I was like, well,
First
maybe,
you made us walk up the hill.
I was like, maybe we can, that's not necessary. I said, maybe we can come back later. Rob here was like, yeah, no, we can't come back later because remember, every time we leave, the line is hella long. I'm like, you're right. So we waited in line maybe 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah, there was like 5 minutes during the day where that line wasn't like 20 people deep.
Yeah, we waited about 5 to 15 minutes, and the lady kept saying, "I get if you need it. You got the pass and you got the paper. It's fine for the day."
Right, definitely.
And then a guy came out. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, there's only 1 or 2 people working in guest relations. And then the guy came out. He was like, "If you have a fast queue pass or a meal pass, you can redeem that at any gift shop, any gift shop at all." And then he was like, "Does anyone need a gift pass or a meal pass? You can get it in any gift store. Does anyone need that?" No one raised their hand. Mm-hmm. Then he looked at me. He was like, "How can I help you?" I said,
"I know what I'm doing.
We want our season pass, and we want to get it now because we don't want to come back later." He looked pissed. He looked very mad.
I think,
he didn't say anything. He looked mad. He was like, "Y'all ain't following directions."
I said you could get it later. Like, yeah, okay. I know what your game is. The line gonna be twice.
Seriously,
as long.
it took us 10 to 15 minutes in that line to get our pass, and only because we didn't want to. We won't be going back until Father's Day weekend. Mm-hmm. Okay.
We don't want to stand in that line again because it's gonna be
because
crazy.
that's peak season and it's gonna be even worse.
Mm-hmm.
So we stood for 10 to 15 minutes. We got our pass. Our youngest, she didn't get her pass. She wasn't with us.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't even that bad. The only issue was the kids that had no home training.
Okay, so the one kid. So if y'all don't know, we are people of color.
Other people's kids.
We are.
Shout out.
Awesome Rob and I were people of color, and it doesn't matter because it's media. But we were in line. Okay, we were in line, and maybe like 3 people down, there was this little girl.
A little girl.
I think she was a little girl. She was Baltimore-ish. She was a little hardcore. She had.
I'm saying she's a little gully.
No, she looked ghetto. Hood.
Okay.
She was hood. She was hood.
Okay.
She was also of color. The people she was with was not, which I feel like she may have been adopted. Anyways, she made it a point to.
I wasn't paying attention to parents at all.
Oh, I was. She made it a point. She came up to us and was like, "Hi, hi, 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 hi." I was like, "Hi." It was cute. She was like probably 8, maybe 9. I was like, "Hi," and then she went back. Right? She had her iPad, and she went back in line. And then she saw someone else of color. She's like, "Hi, hi, hi, hi."
Oh, was that the thing?
Yes.
Okay.
And they said hi to her. Then when we were at the top of the line, the cashier, she was of color. And the people the cashier was waiting on was not of color. So the girl came up and she cut between Awesome Rob and I and 2 other people to get to the cashier to say hi to the cashier. And when the couple who was with the cashier said hi back, she ignored them and just was like, I was like, so her parents were...
Did she reverse racist?
Her parents weren't black or color. What I'm saying is of color. Her parents were of something else. And this little kid definitely was of color, and it really seemed like she was just only saying hi to the people of color because she identifies with them and because she's not around that maybe. But it was like, oh my God, what is happening? This kid is only saying hi and making a point to say hi to all of the black people that she sees. This is craziness. This poor little girl.
Right.
Jesus.
So you gave that little girl a whole backstory, and all I saw was a little black girl says hi to everybody, and then 2 minutes later, a little white boy says hi to everybody, and I was like, what is up with these kids today? I'm like,
What little white boy was saying hi?
Mm-hmm.
No, I only saw a little black girl.
I definitely saw him with a device too. I didn't see the girl with the device.
I didn't see that. Maybe because I was so stuck on the little girl. She was so, like, it was weird.
But yeah, standing in line.
Standing in a line for 10 minutes, you kind of, like, notice everything.
Yeah, so to that point, so I became a single rider for the rest of the day, and a line.
Well, you already, first of all, you can't say that because you already knew you was going to be a single rider.
I knew I was going to be a single rider.
Right.
But yes.
Well, no, because you knew that my BFF was coming, Trisha. Mm-hmm. And
that's fine.
She came, but she messed it up.
Yeah, so...
I love you, Trisha.
To the 10-minute point, I wasn't standing in line for a line that was longer than 10 minutes. If it was even close, I was like, no. So, first ride of the day was Griffin. I walked in the queue line after I gave you all my stuff. Yep. I think giving you all my stuff took longer.
That's what happens when you don't ride. You hold all the bags.
Mm-hmm. It took longer to give you all the stuff than it did to get on the line or on the ride. I think I walked through the line. I was like, all right, I'm riding in the back. Ain't nobody else over here. And then like 8 people came, and it was like a full back to the thing. It's only... So Griffin is 10 people wide.
Only had your new glasses for like 5 hours.
Yeah, somebody.
You give me no. You put them in the mesh versus in some zipper thing. Oh sure, so safely in the mesh, and you know you put the book bag on and it flies out, and now your shit is like
scratched a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I got new glasses on Friday.
Yeah, you got snowboarding glasses, and you got them 5 hours prior to us. Okay, maybe 6.
Or maybe 15.
Right, because you got them on Friday. This is Saturday.
Yeah.
So anyway.
So Road Griffin, 50. What was the high for the day? 58. It was probably about 52. When we got there,
I had my jacket on, and then I got to one part of the park. I got to Ireland, where there's no trees. It was hot, like the sun was like, oh man. So I took my jacket off, and I had my jacket off like all day, and then at like 4 o'clock it got really, really cold, really, really, really cold, and then even what? Are we done?
No, we're not done.
Oh. And then even JJ's stepmom was like, you got some sun. I was like, I did? She was like, yeah, you got some sun. I was like, I was outside. When we came home and I looked in the mirror, I am like sunburnt under my eyes, on my nose, my forehead is all like red. It's like, oh shit, I guess I did get some sun. Yes, I'm gonna be tan. It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be me.
So, no, I get very excited when I get tan because I don't like being hot yellow. I just don't. I'm yellow, it's fine.
Okay.
Or red bone.
So I rode Griffin, and that was cool. And then, what else did we do? Oh yeah, we got to.
We drank all the wine.
No, we went to go see Celtic Fire.
We went to go see the Riverdance show. We were walking past and they're letting people in. So we have been going to that park together as a couple for 4 or 3 years. 4 years. And we have never, ever been able to see Celtic Fire, which is their river dance show, because it's either like shut down or closed, or we miss it, or we're like on a mission and we can't. So
I blame
this
myself
year,
because I should have known.
I blame myself too because I should have known for sure.
Because it was way too many people saying, "Hi, hey, thanks for coming." Yeah.
No, I blame myself because there wasn't a showtime listed outside
True.
of the door.
Yeah.
It was just some old dude clicking people in.
Well, there wouldn't have been because we came in the side door.
That's where you go in.
But I saw the people go in the front door with a stroller, and they were anxious to get in there.
That's the stroller entrance.
That's the front. No, they came
No,
in the
that's
front.
that. Do you know what? You
They
stop.
went in the big
Anyways,
old front door.
they went through the big house. Anyways, so the entrance we went to, that's the main entrance, and they do the clicker thing. Remember, I used to work in a theater. He probably did.
You did not.
Very discreet. So I worked in a theater, and I had a clicker when I was on porch. I was like, click, 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 click. It sucked. Anyways,
who did you tell when you got the clicker up to a certain number?
When I got to a certain number, we had to shut it down.
Oh, okay.
We had to, and that was only usually during peak season. Okay. No, we didn't shut the door. Remember them damn pillars I said we had to like roll out? We had to put the rope across it, and it was closed. And then we got cussed out by so many people. Hey. Like, I'm sorry, we're at capacity. I can't let you in because I have my clicker, and I'm very accurate on this. I apologize. I hated doing it. It was called porch. I hated it. I hated being on porch. First of all, it's hot. You're out there. You have to answer all of these tourist-ass questions. If anyone needed to know where to go for anything, you had to answer. And I hated porch. Oh my God. I hated it. So anyways.
I'm sure there's a Busch Gardens,
rant page,
employee page.
Sign me up. Sign my ass up. Sign me up. So anyway,
there's a bunch of Amazon ones.
I worked there for 5 years. Sign my ass up. So anyway, so this old dude, he was doing the clicker thing and he was letting us in, and it's my fault. Partly because I didn't see a time.
Park is open. We're gonna go see Celtic Fire.
Yes, let's go see Celtic. There were no shows running at all. None. There were none. No shows. No shows at all. This year. Last year there was shows. This year, none.
So we came in on the right side, and the lady was like, go over to the left side. There's more seats.
Right, and we walked over to the left, and every corporate fucking person, every damn area, the area, okay, so I'm sorry. Areas are
we should have known.
Right. Areas are the white blouse button-ups with the walkie-talkies. They're basically the managers of the area. We call them areas.
Everybody's standing on the back wall.
Right. So all the areas were on the back wall, and they were like, good morning, top of the morning. Good morning, top of the morning. Good to see you.
Man,
welcome.
Have
fun. Thank you for coming. Have a seat. We're over here. You sit down. It's going to be great. Oh, my God. Have a good day.
It was a little extra. We should have known.
And we sat down and we waited for 40 minutes to see Riverdance, Celtic Fire. We really do need to see that. That's a really good show. So,
still haven't seen it.
We're going to totally see it. I promise you. We're going to totally see it. So I can't sing or hear the song Fields of Barley without thinking about the Celtic show because, oh my God, that's like it. So anyway,
the whole 40 minutes we're watching the promo video with no audio.
We are watching the promo video with no audio. The whole 40 minutes we're waiting for this fucking thing.
They played a whole Cardi B song uncut.
They did. And they were playing like hip hop. They were playing they were playing the I guess hip hop /
Top 40.
Yeah, top 40. And then they were showing the Busch Gardens promo video, silent film.
Right.
Okay? And my dumb ass didn't think anything wrong. There's a Titantron in this theater. This is not a movie theater. This is a a stage theater, but there's a Titantron here.
Titantron?
Titantron. You know, a movie theater thing. I guess Titantron is a WWF thing. Anyway, there's a movie theater screen in this.
And then they have the black.
Yeah, there's a movie theater screen in this theater.
Well, I thought they would move it, and then they didn't move it.
No, and I'm like, there never is. This is just a stage. Oh, here's the props, and here's the actual stage. I recognize all of that theming, but it's behind a black curtain.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fine. They're just gonna like draw the curtain. It's gonna be good, and then the Titantron is gonna go up. It's gonna be great.
People had cameras out, big, expensive cameras out,
and then they stopped after 40 minutes, right? Meanwhile, I'm like totally miserable for some other reason. They stopped the Titantron, they stopped the top 40. And this guy comes out.
No.
Hey, welcome in. You tell it.
No, they played the videos after that.
No.
They had the guy
before the guy talked?
Yeah, I think they.
Okay, so after.
No.
Wait, after 40 minutes.
After 40 minutes.
They stopped the top 40. I was like, yay! Literally, I was like, yes! Right? And then audio came on for the video. And it was like they're showing the same goddamn video.
On repeat.
With audio.
But with audio.
I literally said to you, I was like, this is the same video that they've been showing for the last 40 minutes. You were like, I was like,
you've seen it 10 times at this point.
Okay, fine. So we watched it. Okay, this is cool. This is great. So this is like explaining about like roller coasters, and you like that. This is like up your alley. And then the dude comes out.
Then the dude comes out.
And then the enthusiast, who's
He's the CEO of Busch Gardens.
Right, and he was like, hey guys, oh my goodness, welcome. And at that point, not at any other point, I just told you all of these clues, but at this point, I was like, this is a fucking seminar. Yeah. We're not seeing a Riverdance show today. Like,
and then he told us about stuff.
I immediately said, I'm so sorry. You were like, it's fine. I was like, no, I'm really sorry. And you were like, whatever.
That could be right different right now.
and then I said, well, at least we'll learn some shit.
Yeah, they had exclusive stuff. But yeah, he came out, and then he showed another video that we had already seen, but with sound this time. I was like, oh man, it's the 20th anniversary of Apollo's Chariot. I'm like, okay, cool. Are we going to watch the video? Yeah, are we going to watch the video again? Here we go. This time with sound. Yay. And here's 2 seconds of this guy getting married on Apollo's Chariot. Oh, he's in the crowd. Didn't say if he was still married or not, because that was 20 years ago. But they had that happening. So it was a thing that we watch on YouTube all the time, but never go to because, like, who knows when that stuff happens? Because we're not media. We have a YouTube channel. I hope you're watching this on YouTube, but we don't do that, I guess. You know, cool. Invite us to stuff like that. We'll go. We'll film it. It'll be great. But
we're not getting, like, free...
Right, we're not getting free Busch Gardens.
And passes to exclusive
shit. Can we get the free Busch Gardens cruise? When you start the Busch Gardens cruise, let us on it, please. Maybe... So the whole thing, they're talking about Finnegan's Flyers. They play the trailer for Finnegan's Flyers. Seen it on YouTube. Play the second trailer for Finnegan's Flyers. Yeah, we know. We walked past the place where you were building Finnegan's Flyers, and we saw that. Okay.
Like 5 times.
Yeah, we walked past it. We know you're building the ride. It's not open yet. We get it. It's not done. Yeah. So then they talk about Water Country. Oh, we're building a water coaster. Yeah, I know. I'm doing my research. I know this. Here's a video about Cutback. Here's another video about Cutback. Oh, jeez. Okay. Do people go to Pass Member Day at Water Country? I don't think so. So anyway, so that happened, and then they're like, guess what? Pin trading.
Why?
I don't know what pin trading is. I guess.
Yeah, you do.
I know what pin trading is, but like I don't know why the pin trading is.
You know what pin trading is.
I know what it is. I don't know why it is.
It's a Disney thing.
Yeah, they're trying to be like Disney. That's empty.
No, it's not.
It isn't.
No.
Oh, because you don't want to drink that part.
Right. So, it's like they talked about all these things, and then they talked about the damn pin trading. And I thought...
Oh, man. That was cool when he did the thing.
I thought that the pin trading thing was stupid. Only because I associate...
It is stupid.
Yes. I associate that with, like, Disney and kids and stuff like that's cool.
What is Disney?
The Disney pin trading is cool. I don't know anything about it. I don't know shit about it. Except for what the Tim Tracker, shout out to him, teaches us, as well as...
what they teach us about Tim Tracker.
Or, you know, what they talk about.
Pin trading.
As well as my coworker that I used to work with told me about that. So that's the only reason why I know about pin trading. Mm-hmm. And for Disney, it makes sense. It really does. It's like a thing, something else to get like the kids engaged, something for them on their, you know, expensive ass Disney cruise in the park. It really is. But for Busch Gardens, I'm like, no.
Okay.
So
hold on.
No. No. So when you work there, you're not an employee. You are a fucking cast member. So every cast member
cast member at Disney. You know,
You're a cast member at any theme park. You're a cast member at any theme park.
Okay.
So every cast member that we spoke to, that day, and we talked about the pin trading, they were like, I hate it. Especially shout out to Miss P.
Don't dime her out like that.
No. Miss Awesomeness. Hated it. Like, it's like, okay. I guess, can we rewind?
No.
It was just the whole pin trading thing.
Yeah.
Was awful.
I don't see it going anywhere. What they need is exclusivity, and you have that with Disney because the pool of stuff they can pull from is so large.
Are we recording?
Yeah, we've been recording the
whole time. How do you know that we are?
It says start recording, and then it says stop recording. We gotta click it to stop.
Where?
Over there on the side.
Okay, I see it.
Yeah, it's fine.
All right.
What are we at?
I don't know.
We're at an hour and 2.
All right, we're good. We're good. Hour 2. That's awesome.
Right there.
Okay.
So you need a Big Bad Wolf pin. You need a Dragonfire pin. You need an old
Country train. Hans of the Old Country. That's where I used to work.
Hans of the Old Country.
We need that pin.
You need those exclusive pins.
Pirates of the Caribbean pin works too.
We don't have a Pirates of the Caribbean. Wait. Do you go to Florida and you go to Tampa and you trade pins of Montu with people that went to Disney?
Man.
Oh, okay. Maybe they got something.
Eye opener.
But I don't want any Disney pins.
I don't want pins.
I don't want any Disney pins. I'll take a Big Bad Wolf pin. I'll take a Dragonfire pin.
I want a Haunts of the Old Country pin.
Because
that's where I used to work, and that's the realm that I worked in.
Give me a Loch Ness Monster
I worked
pin.
in Busch Gardens when they still had the beer tour. I did it once, but I didn't drink beer then, so I didn't drink nothing.
Give me an Autobahn pin.
Was it called Autobahn? It wasn't called Autobahn. It was because it was like antique cars. I think it was just like simple.
I think it was called the Autobahn.
No. Was it? Maybe.
Give me a pin with the horse on it. And I think that's it. Other than that, I don't care about that stupid. I mean, you
don't want a Fest House. I want the Fest House pin, I guess.
Okay.
I kept saying it. Right. So I said to Rob before we left, like all week, I was like, I don't want to eat at the Fest House because we always eat there, and I want to go somewhere different. And he was like, okay, cool. The whole fucking day, I was like, let's go to the Fest House. Let's go to the. I was like, he was like, I'm hungry. Okay, we could go to the Fest House. He was like, you don't want to go to the fast house. You said you didn't want to go. I was like, oh, all right, well, we could go here, but what kind of food do you want? Because we can get that at the fast house. You were like, let it go. So we did not eat at the fast house.
Yay.
We went to the fast house like one time because we passed it, and I was like, well, we could go to the fast house so you can see the awesome gifts that they have because you like the fast house gifts. It's like, you're determined to go to the fast house. I'm like, no, I don't want to go to the fast house. It's going to be fine. We'll just get a beer.
Yeah, we walked by
and
the fast house.
And go to the bathroom. He was like, you don't want to go to the bathroom in the fast house because it's too crowded. I was like, ugh, let's just go. So,
right.
No, I didn't go to the bathroom in the fast house because it was very, very crowded.
You want to give an insider pro tip?
No. And we went and we looked at the merch in the fest house, and it
was
sucked.
like the same merch as last year.
No, it wasn't.
It was like worse than
last year was all the nostalgic stuff. Last year was all the really cool stuff. This year was like crappy stuff.
Yeah, it was.
It wasn't. I didn't like the merch. I
want that big bad wolf.
I feel you need to just buy it. You need to just buy it. You need to just buy it. You need to just get it. Okay. The merch awesomeness was probably this year in Festa, where Apollo is, since it's like 20-year anniversary.
Right,
yeah. We didn't look at any of that.
Oh yeah, we'll back up. The one good thing about the timeshare thing that they were doing in the theater, the timeshare seminar that they had.
There was no timeshare. You stop. You stop. We were already past members. There was nothing to share.
So they made like a fake announcement, and it was like, "Oh yeah, one more thing." Ooh.
They were like, "Are you contracting today?" Okay, guys. It was like this. It was their entertainment people.
No, yeah, you're not giving it the. They had people, like a whole construction dude, have a whole thing, and he was talking to the CEO in the middle of the crowd, and then a whole bunch of people brought columns in from the side, and they had a whole bunch of music and crap.
Yeah.
And all they said was, what was it? MXMX.
XX. It was 2020 Roman numerals.
Yeah, 2020 in Roman numerals. He said Roman when he talked to them. And
so
that was
Rob here thinks that they're going to tear down Pompeii since it burnt down.
No, I don't think they're going to tear it down.
You think they're going to put it across the pastures?
I think they're going to, they have to refurbish Pompeii, but the scuttlebutt is that they're putting in a new roller coaster, and I think they're overdue. I think they're going to do it. But if they call it 2020 with Roman numerals, that's not great.
We got a hat. We got a hat out the deal.
Yeah, they gave
a very flimsy, thin hat.
Yeah, we got a flimsy, free hat. So the only difference between this hat and my Busch Gardens...
Because the people can totally see you. Well, your Big Bad Wolf hat is thicker.
Yeah, it's a thick... This is a crappy quality material.
Do they have a shirt that is that?
The one I want to get, but no, it doesn't have that's like a cool design. It's not on it. But yes, MMXX Busch Gardens logo in Roman gold, and that's it on the hat.
On a tan hat?
Gray.
Same thing.
Maybe a little tan. It's not the same gray as my Big Bad Wolf hat. But anyway, so we saw that, and that was cool. We don't know what it means. It was a tease. It was not an announcement. It was like one of those, think what you want about this. It's gonna be whatever. We said Roman. Now you gotta speculate. Maybe they'll get rid of Roman Rapids. I don't know.
They're never getting rid of. You gotta stop.
They need to update that thing.
It's updated all the time.
Needs to be better.
You and I have never rode. When was the last time you rode that? Wait,
not long enough. Not long enough.
The frat boys.
Probably.
Yeah,
we were trying
that
not
was
to
like
get wet,
over 2 decades.
Yeah.
You were trying not to get wet on Roman Rapids.
Yeah.
You're trying not to get wet on Roman Rapids.
That's how rat water rides.
Motherfucker, ride it.
Yep.
Dummies.
Anyway, that was that the highlights of the day? We did the wine tour. We'll put that up. We got a good wine tasting tour. I also have a new video series, which is just straight up walking through the park with the stabilizer cam on.
I want to see that.
And
I want to see your footage.
And then I cut out all the parts.
And we have awesome Priscilla.
Yeah, they're on the wine tasting tour.
And the little cute girl in Germany.
Shout out Priscilla. None of that video came out.
I want to say her.
I don't think any of that came out.
I want to say her name is.
She might be on the GoPro. I don't know.
She was so cute and so nice.
Yeah.
You stop. She was totally cute. You better.
Okay.
You better stop.
Yeah.
And the guy in Canada was like, "Oh, sorry, I spit all over yourself."
Didn't see or hear any of that, but I heard you talk about it.
You were looking at the beer. You wanted a beer.
Yeah, they had warm beer in Canada. That was cool. What else?
Canada was a secluded area that day.
So I didn't go on. Yeah, there was a big line for the one I can't remember. Invader. Yeah. One of a kind wooden coasters.
The hybrid.
Can't remember his name.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's like a lame family coaster, but so they got Invader. It had a long line. Probably not that long, but long enough. They're only running 2 trains. This only has 2 trains. It's slow. Didn't ride that.
Does Wildcat at Hershey run how many? 1 or 2?
It's
I feel
at
like
least
that's
2.
big enough. Yeah, I feel like that's big enough to run 2. Okay.
They have a long enough.
But Invader reminds me of Wildcat.
Yeah, but it's
But
not.
Wildcat is all wood.
Wildcat is way taller and
all wood
crazy.
And very rickety.
Yeah, Wildcat is
like
wild.
I won't ride that.
You ain't gonna lie. You like Lightning Racer though.
I like the racers, yes.
Mm-hmm.
At Hershey Park.
Yeah. So didn't do Invader.
I didn't like Comet though.
What's the other one with the V?
Verbolten because the line was too long.
Had a way
Invader
long line.
and Verbolten.
They were switching tracks on Verbolten too.
Verbolten and Invader, the lines were way too long. You rode everything else.
Rode Apollo.
You didn't want to ride Tempesto.
Tempesto was lame.
It was working. You just didn't want to ride it. You don't like it. Yeah.
It's not that I don't like it.
It's like Sidewinder.
It's like a shuttle coaster, but it makes a full loop. Like, okay.
Boring.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom.
Mm-hmm.
So you rode Apollo.
Mm-hmm.
You rode Griffin. You rode your Nessie twice. Your favorite coaster ever.
Did I ride Nessie twice?
Yes, you did.
I did, yeah.
You rode...
Nessie was great to see the construction of Finnegan's Flyers.
And to see the parking lot. No, you saw the parking lot on Apollo.
Oh my God. Was that lunchtime or
was
after lunch?
So apparently this year was the worst pass member year.
It's not the
worst.
Somebody
told me that they gained 30,000 new pass members this year. Yeah. And, oh God.
Get that preferred parking.
The entrance to get in from the interstate was terrible. Terrible. We did not have that luxury.
Right. Shout out IOM Geek. Got there hella late.
He got there hella late.
Yeah.
And he waited in the interstate line. We did not.
No. We got there early and we
IOM
still
Geek, IOM Geek, that's a surprise because we were in the same seminar as he was in. But he made it.
Right.
But we were there. I
think he waited in the line. And
so our line was guest relations, so we could get our literal pass. Yeah.
Right.
But
yeah, like last year we waited in front of the owl thing.
Last year they opened, but they opened earlier. Last year they opened at 10, and I think we got there at like 9:30, literally. And they let us. We took the tram. It was freezing. We got in there and we waited in the Hastings area, the Tweed side area, where we waited before they released the bars, and you can either go left or you can go right. Shout out to being right, people.
And go straight though.
I learned this year you could go straight.
You go straight.
So you could go left, right, or straight. So
down a bunch of steps.
Right. So here's the thing. Because I worked there, I always just automatically go right. We go England to Ireland and what I know as Hastings, and we go all through that, through New France, which is now Canada. Thank you for naming it that, because we all knew that that's what it was. We all knew that that's what it was. So, but basically the employee parking is back there in Canada. So when you pull in and everything, you get out your car, you walk, you cross the Peacock, which we haven't seen. I haven't seen the Peacock. The iconic Peacock.
Peacock's an asshole.
Yes, but that's iconic. Yes, it is.
Iconic
so
asshole,
you get out the employee parking lot and you enter New France, aka Canada, and then you walk down that horrible hill through France down to Hastings to England, or through Scotland to England, where I worked at the Globe Theatre, and that was my way. So because of that, when I had to exit right, and I just know to go through the park going right. You just go right. Like, that's just the way I go. I go right. We go through
Ireland.
Right, England to Ireland, to Hastings, to France, to quote unquote New Canada, to Germany. Then we go from Germany. Le Scoot. Well, that's Germany. That's still Germany. All that is Germany.
I thought Le Scoot was next to Invader.
No, that's Canada. Yes, it is, but that's Canada.
Oh.
That's Canada. So I've always felt like Alpengeist should be like Switzerland.
It
like
is.
that whole... No, there's no Switzerland. It's Germany.
Oh. Okay.
But it should be Switzerland.
Yeah.
They should rename that little area Switzerland. It's not. It's Germany.
They ain't got nothing in it but the roller coaster.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's like a small stretch. Germany is very, very big. I think Germany is the biggest country there.
Does Germany have mountains?
In real life, probably.
Okay. Well, there you go.
So, yeah. So, you go through Germany, and then you cross the bridge to Italy, where you're in San Marco. Then you go up the other bridge to Festa Italia, and then you come back down, and you go through Roman, where you get escape from Pompeii. Then you're back in Scotland, and then you cut over to England, and then you leave the park. Like, that's just what it is. But yesterday, we took a detour, and we learned through Loch Ness Monster, we learned that there's steps. Like, I knew there were steps, but I didn't, and the steps take you down to the Rhine River, which is in Germany. I didn't know that you could cut through Scotland to go to Germany, and you cut out that bridge. I mean, to anyone who's listening and you know the park, you cut out that bridge from Germany to Italy. You're going across the Rhine River on the dock, which is, well, I didn't like it because you can kind of fall in. Also, in the summertime, the dock, I said, is going to be disgusting because in the summertime it's going to be hot, it's going to be muggy, and there's going to be mosquitoes. It's going to be gross. But you cut across that, and you go up the ramp, and you come out in Germany where the carousel is. So you literally go from Scotland to Germany where the carousel is, and that's a pretty big deal. Like, that's really a big deal. So I as much as I've been there, and for the 5 years that I worked there, I never really realized that, like, at all, because I don't really go in that area because I don't know, I just don't. So, but that was really cool.
The Rhine River cruise.
Right, and then
which is stupid.
Oh my god! So when I worked there, and then the years before that, you did not pay extra for the Rhine River cruise.
It was stupid.
Now you pay extra for it because I think it's a beer cruise. So there's that.
Mm-hmm.
But it was all in all, it was a really good time. I had so much fun. I absolutely love going home. And it's just always fun to me. It's nostalgic. It's awesome. And I'm so happy and I'm so fortunate and glad to share it with somebody who cares about it just as much as I do, but he cares about it for a different reason.
What? I love roller coasters.
Exactly, a different reason.
Okay. I drank wine with you too.
You did. He doesn't drink wine, and he did the wine tours with me.
Drank the wine. Got talked to by people that like wine.
Yeah.
Rode roller coasters.
Met a 21, someone who had just turned 21. Bless her heart.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I don't believe that she had only just started drinking because she turned 21 though.
I do. No, I do. She couldn't handle the shot that she had.
Okay.
You think she was being fake?
No,
I don't think that.
I don't think she was being fake, but I also don't think that being 20 stopped her from drinking. What? This is on the picture. It's not who we're talking about.
She's fake. Like, she's not, I'm sorry. She's not fake.
Okay. I think the picture coming up is not who we're talking about, but this was other people.
It's not who we're talking about. Yeah, but the other picture that's coming up is who we're talking about.
But they were cool,
fake.
though.
She was fake.
They were cool, though.
They were cool. We took pics with them, and it was just like, I don't know, yeah, not that picture. But it was like, so we took a group photo with the people we're talking about, who were like 21, barely, and it was a good time.
They seemed to know what they were talking about.
It was just a good time.
I gotta do that more. Make people feel
well,
awkward.
there were two groups of people. It was this picture, and then it was the one that we didn't get the picture of. And I think the one that we didn't get the picture of are the people that we kept running into, because they are 21 and oh my God, let's do wine and all the alcohol part of the park.
Yeah.
How did you feel? Tell the people about, and then we'll wrap it up, about how you felt about getting the alcohol and going on your roller coasters. Did you feel like
my
you were
tolerance is too high?
Like a bird?
No, my tolerance is too high.
Yeah, because you're like almost 40.
It didn't really make a difference to me. It was like Griffin kind of.
If you were 25, it would have made a difference.
When did I go to Kings Dominion with Greg?
Oh,
because that was when
that year that I wanted to go. You went
talking
to
about things that affect me, like
sure
5-hour energy.
That was
drink.
your 5-hour energy drink. That would affect anyone.
Time.
Yeah, you would shit and puke your brains out. So that year, that was 7 years ago. So you were 30. That was your 30th birthday.
Okay, so these are the people we're talking about, not the people on the left were not cool.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't. Yeah, we're not talking about them anymore. Kings Dominion was a whole different trip.
Kings Dominion.
7 years ago.
7 years ago. We're gonna get there early. Yeah, we're gonna drive down early. All
Let
right.
the people know that you did put the word out there, like hella early, like months in advance. And
then only my one friend showed up to cool and hang out with me, and it was great.
But
and
to be fair and to be honest, when I say we, I mean me and Scar, we wanted to go. Especially I wanted to go. It's just, it was in the middle of the week. It was a work day.
Middle of the week is the best day.
Yeah, no. And we both worked retail. We couldn't make it.
Worried about that.
Also had like a 2-year-old. Just saying.
Worried about that.
I know you're not. I'm just saying, like,
anyway.
You're not alone in wanting to go.
Yes.
We definitely wanted to go.
So we went, and we got there early. We got there so early that we were like, whatever, we're going to go to 7-Eleven and get some food, and then come back and get in line to get in the park. And that took about 2 minutes too long. Because after 2 minutes, we had to go all the way to the back of the line, which was like 20, 30, 40 cars.
To get in the park?
Yeah, to get in the park.
No, you don't ever do that.
Don't get out of line.
Your fuck up.
Yeah, we messed up. So I got a 5-hour energy drink. And I was like, oh man.
Number 2.
We're going to get in the park, and I'm going to down this 5-hour energy drink. I'm going to be great. It's going to be great. So we're getting in the park. We parked the car. 5-hour energy drink. I'm gonna drink it now. It's great. We go to the park. Park's still not open. You know what we did? We did the national anthem at the beginning of the park. And you know the part where you do the oh for the Orioles? Yeah, we were the only two that did that.
No one knows that.
So when you're an Orioles fan, Baltimore Orioles, you do the national anthem, and then in the middle where everybody says, what's the part?
The O's.
The O.S.A. does that Star Spangled Banner part at the end. Yeah, so everybody says, oh. So, yeah, Baltimore and...
You have to really explain it, huh? No one knows.
I was explaining it. Oh,
no.
Say does that
All right.
Star
So
Spangled,
the Star Spangled Banner is, oh, say
Not
does that Star Spangled. That's not that part.
I don't know what part you sing.
I said,
like that.
oh, say does that Star Spangled Banner yet wave. So if you're in Baltimore, because you have the Baltimore Orioles, and it's Baltimore, you're like, oh, say does, yeah, it's stupid.
Yeah.
It's a Baltimore
That
thing. It's
sounds like
fucking
what I
stupid.
said.
Who cares?
But okay, so for that they do the Cedar Fair thing. I don't know, but anyway,
That's Ohio.
Cedar Fair.
Ohio.
Cedar Fair, not Cedar Plant.
What the fuck is Cedar Fair?
They own Cedar Plant.
Where is Cedar Fair if it's not Ohio?
They own the company that owns.
Why are you?
Cedar Plant.
What's that got to do with?
Because they own Kings Dominion now, so they do the same thing in Kings Dominion.
Okay.
Yeah. Wrap
yeah.
it up, B.
Yeah, wrap it up, Under Armour.
So anyway, I was high on the 5-hour energy drink.
You were not high on the fight. You were something.
I was tweaking off of it.
You were with EOD 89.
Right. So we ran to the edge of the park where the Intimidator 305 was.
Your gray out one?
Yeah.
Your gray out ride.
Might have been the reason why the gray out happened.
You rode that first?
Yeah.
After the 5 hour?
Yes.
Well, you're fucking stupid.
Yep. So that's what happened. So I rode the Intimidator 305 in Kings Dominion after having a 5-hour energy drink, and it was a bad idea. You shouldn't do that. Yeah, if you want like your heart to work after you ride the ride, you know, you want to have a productive day at the park, you probably should not do that. So back to Busch Gardens in Williamsburg, Virginia, an hour down the road from Kings Dominion. We had a good day. Did we have a good time? It was a good day?
Yeah.
It was a good day.
Always.
We did the wine tour. We rode some rides. We went on the train. We saw people riding rides. We got on the train ourselves. We saw some stuff. We saw a teaser trailer. We didn't even see a trailer. We saw a teaser.
We went to a seminar by accident. My fault.
Right. We got to get timeshares for whatever 2020 is now.
We did not eat at the Fest House.
We didn't eat at the Fest House.
We ate at the Smokehouse.
The Smokehouse was okay.
And we ate in Italy.
Italy was good. I think we ate at Italy before.
No, not you and I. I've only ate at Italy.
I think we ate at Italy before because we saw that band play at Italy that one time.
We didn't eat.
Okay.
We had beers.
Same thing.
Assault Suit and Jim Blossom's girl ate at Italy.
Okay.
You and I had beers and we sat there, and it wasn't even with them.
Mm-hmm.
I've only eaten at Italy when I worked there because I got like a $3 meal. That meal in Italy was $15. but it was so good. Oh my God. But imagine, like, getting it for $15 versus $3. Also, we're talking about 1995 versus 2019. And we ate at
35 if we put 2 beers on
we ate, well, yeah, I wasn't getting beers at 17 years old. We also ate at the Smokehouse.
We already talked about that.
That was $18 for just the food.
Mm-hmm.
That was
with the discount.
With it, that was very good.
Mm-hmm.
With the beers, with the discount, the 15%.
That was a big lunch.
It was $40.
Yep.
And the guy that was sitting beside us, man, he had his beer, he had his tall cake, which was his dessert, and he had his main dish, and he had his drink. He was on top of it. Mm-hmm. That was probably the same amount of money.
Yep.
Yeah. Are we good?
I think we're good.
We're good. I think we're awesome. Thank you.
I mean, was there anything else we did? We saw the dogs instead of the horses.
No, we saw the horses. You just couldn't take a picture with the horse. You took the picture with the collie. Yes, we saw my best friend Trisha for 10 minutes. Shout out to her because she's so awesome. Bless her heart. Yeah, she came out and spent 10 minutes with us because she has children and couldn't spend any more than that with us. But the fact is, even though it was a 30-minute drive only for her, which is awesome, she still came out. So shout out to her. And not wearing socks. And she always tries to check me and call me out for everything. Like, she's truly, truly the best friend because we just have so much history and I love her so much. She's, like my sister. So shout out to her. I love her very, very much. We've been through hell and high water and more than that with each other for the last 20 years. So I love her very deeply. And we
rode the train.
We rode the train, which was lame. I don't like the train anymore because I just don't. Because it's all electronical, and when I say electronical, I mean
no, the train took forever.
The commentary is electronical and not verbal, like what the speech that I know, because I had to literally do the speech every day, multiple times a day. For the one season that I worked there, I ran the train.
If you had to do the speech every day, I bet you wouldn't want to do it, and you would love it to be pre-recorded.
But it's so iconic. It's so iconic. No. It's so iconic and it's so fun. And this whole pre-recorded crap started early 2000, and now it's ridiculous. It's just, it sucks. Anyway. You know what? I'm nostalgic, so stop. Okay. So we had a good day. The only thing we didn't have were any peanuts from Virginia. We don't smoke cigarettes, so we're not going to do the tobacco thing, but we didn't have any Virginia
we went
peanuts.
To Five Guys. We stood next to a box of peanuts,
I guess, sure. Were they Virginia? I don't know. Anyways, I'm done. So I just want to shout out everybody who has listened to us this long. The show, and this long meaning the longevity of the show. I appreciate everyone, and just shout out to everyone who's listening. Shout out to the world.
Yep, if you're watching the video version, awesome, you're awesome. Smash the subscribe button, like and subscribe, hit the bell, all that fun stuff. If you're listening to the expertly produced, recorded and edited version, shout out, we love you. Tell all your friends about this awesome show.
A special shout out to Gamesmen.
Yes, the Gamesmen RPG,
where we do D&D, Dungeons and Dragons with them every other weekend, and you can find that on their channel, which is,
I think it's thegamesman.com.
Yes, it is thegamesman.com.
It might be thegamesmanrpg.com. I think it's thegamesman.com.
Either one works. Both of them
just
work.
Search out the Gamesman RPG.
Yes.
Shout out Amherst89 and Hardly Dan. They do a great show over there. Yep. They do Dungeons and Dragons, of course, but they also do a bunch of random stuff. If you want to see some video game footage, they go for that. You want to see some Elite Dangerous gameplay.
I'm just gonna say, I was very excited to get a hug and to talk to Scott from 98 Rock Baltimore.
Go to 98online.com.
Yeah, shout out to them for sure. But the whole fangirl there is the same as our Dungeon Master Jason for me. Like, Jason is awesome. He's the best Dungeon Master, like, ever that I know. And I get all fangirl when you're like, oh my god, it's Jason. Right. And it's like, oh man, oh my goodness. So, and he's someone that we know. So anyway, so yes, so shout out to all of them. Shout out to Jason. Shout out to D&D. Shout out to our Dungeon Master. Shout out to Scarcasm Live, which Casual Conversation will be going to Scarcasm Live. And shout out to just everyone. Love the world.
Peace up in the grill.